The number one formula that will give you radical change for your love life and your life forever. Hi guys, my name is Apollonia Ponti. I am your dating, relationship, and life coach, and I help men not only master their attraction skills in dating or relationships, but also to attract exactly their ideal life. And if this is your first time stopping by, I welcome you to also download my free ebook. My free ebook is called The 20 Questions to Get to Know a Woman's True Self. These are radical questions that you can ask a woman on a date, especially after your third or fourth date when you guys have established a connection and you know you both like each other, to really get to know her true self. Now let's dive in on the number one formula that I know will radically shift your life or change your life forever. You know, if you have been viewing me for a while now or have been subscribed to me or are new to this channel, welcome. Not only am I going to ask you to subscribe, but I also want to give you some insight about me too. What you don't see is where the times I probably had to suffer in my life and not knowing what was next in my life, not knowing what career was going to happen for me, not knowing what my love life would entail. But the most powerful takeaway from all this pain that I have gone through in my past things that has happened into me in life is we can turn it into our purpose, passion, and our power. But we also have to create ownership around this type of things that happen to us, what I like to say happen for us, and also that serve as lessons in our life. You might see success in someone's eyes. You might see success on Instagram. You might see, oh my gosh, they must be so happy in this relationship because they're kissing each other and all this, hands all over each other, and what we might make up these stories in our head. And so many of us compare ourselves to what we think that people have. But a lot of times you don't see the things that they had to suffer through in order to get here, is what I'm saying. So it's really important that we not only shift our way of comparing ourselves, but we also look at it this way. If you are someone who is possibly lost in life or wondering what life is all about, here's what I want to tell you. You are here on purpose. You are here intentionally as well. Life is about finding the glory in these moments. So when you do shine and when you can shine, you'll appreciate it much, much more. Because guess what? Even in the moments that you might feel lost or wondering what life is all about, might be going through a breakup, heartache, you're not alone, but it can feel so lonely. So I want you to believe in yourself and don't give up. It will get better no matter what you go through. So my number one formula in order to shift radical change in your life is called my C.H.O.P Formula. C.H.O.P. Just remember C.H.O.P. The reason why I wanted to break it down in this is because I think it's really important for you to have these tools in your life every day. Now remember C.H.O.P. That's the formula. And I love it because you're going to chop these things out of your life, right? And encounter new things in your life to have radical shifts. Okay, part of the C.H.O.P formula is C. Let's begin. C is consciousness. This formula is a formula that will radically shift everything in your life, guys. Trust me. C is consciousness. And consciousness is understanding people will always act from their level of consciousness or unconsciousness. They will only recognize what they see and where they are in life. So when we release our expectations on how someone should show up, we see clearly through our awareness. Your ability to let go of resentment is your ability to also have compassion for others and let go of what they did to you and instead look at the things that they did for you. And that's why you see on my channel here on YouTube, I talk about there's no mistakes in life, there are only lessons. And it's about how often are you going to keep making the same mistake and how often are these same lessons going to come up for you to encourage yourself to push through them and not do them again and learn from them, right? So when we have a stated level of consciousness, it is really hard because we're actually taking a mirror at ourselves and saying, what do I need to do better? Because it's really important to understand that you can always easily shift blame onto others, right? I see people, I've had friendships in my life where they constantly would shift blame on me before in the past, right? And here's the thing is like, you have to be really aware of how people are and what levels they're showing up in. And that's why I say that people will always act from their level of consciousness or unconsciousness. And that is for you to recognize where they're at and where you are at. And here's the thing, the more work you do and the more you elevate in life, it doesn't get easier finding the choices of the people that can walk into your life, friendships and relationships. You just get more defined and you're easier. You can spot it right away of when they're in alignment with you and when they're not. And then number 2 in the C.H.O.P method is H. It's honesty. Being honest, even in the moments that it's really hard and gotta swallow that pride, gotta swallow that ego, and even the times that you have to apologize. This builds trust with people. It starts with being honest with yourself through communication and acceptance of who you are. And then the next one is O, observation of behaviors. Not everyone is meant to be in your life. Okay? Just because they're a good person does not mean they will have the same values and can meet you at the level you want your relationships to be met, period. Again, this was a huge game changer for me and still is to this day. Not everyone is meant to be in your life. Just because they're a good person does not mean that they will be good to you. And also too, does not mean that they will have the same values and can meet you at the level you need and you meet them in your relationships to meet for both of you. And so the last one is P, perspective. This is a huge one. When you can switch your perspective, you are the one who stays in control always, okay? You know that saying that says, look at the glass half full instead of empty? Here's what happens to me. Whenever something happens in my life I have no control over it, probably not the best thing, I shift my perspective right away and I focus on what I've learned from this and how this situation actually worked as a blessing, quote unquote, for me, right? Because perspective, we can also hinder in our thoughts and our negative thoughts. And every time we hinder and we place negative thoughts on us and we think about them and think about them and think about them and sulk in them, those negative thoughts will always find a place in our body, period. This is where health reasons come in. This is where anxiousness will live. This is where your nervous system will react. And so perspective is a switch in how you think and how you view the world, life, and yourself. You are the one who always stays in control. We will all see things differently, but it's about being open to how others may think as well. Perspective switch lives in curiosity. And when you are able to switch your perspective, you are able to now be in curiosity instead of just saying, I need to prove this person right, or I need to prove myself right or wrong. And so when we come from a perspective switch, this lives in curiosity. And when we have curiosity, we're able to see more clearly. People aren't able to control us. And in fact, we are able to have a place of intent within us where we have a solid foundation to know. In us being curious, it doesn't mean that I have to be right or that I'm a failure or that I'm needy or that I'm whatever the case we might be. Right? We might say to ourselves, but in fact, what it means, curiosity, it says you're giving the other person the potential to hear you. And also too, you're getting to see their perspective to even see if you guys aligned in friendships, relationship, and life, coworkers, whatever the case may be. If you want to get better with emotional mastery, I have something completely free for you. It's my live training and I want you to sign up for it. It's completely free. It's how to have emotional mastery for masculine men. This program is a true game changer for many men to deepen not only their relationships with women, but life, their coworkers, build, especially if you're a boss, a manager, or you're really needing to really embrace your side of your emotions and understand how to show up in your masculine presence and actually have and achieve emotional mastery and regulation. I want you to sign up for that free video training. It's going to be down here in the description and also up here on the cards. Don't forget to watch this. If this video speaks to you, the next thing I want you to do is sign up for that free live training. I'll see you again in the next video. And remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.